Oh, Altar. Hey there, people of fiber. This is Robert Brooker. Now, I've never done voiceover work before, but I did do vocal training back in 1998, simply because I couldn't stand the sound of my voice. Mainly, every time I worked at a call center for the first 3 years at my former employer, from 90 to 93. They would do reviews every few months. So I'd have to sit there and listen to my voice. So it was nothing but a cringe fest for me. I could barely hear my voice most of the time. I'm surprised the customers could hear it. And it betrayed every single emotion that was going on in my ongoing battle with depression. Now, those battles are few and far between because I have many more tools with which to manage that. And I'm grateful for that. But it prompted me to take a one-day course, just a one-day course with Arthur Samuel Joseph, 1998. It was a Learning Annex course. All day. I did the course. I bought his book. I bought his tapes. I read the book, and I practiced for years afterwards until it wasn't convenient to practice anymore. But I got many years in. It doesn't mean I was very good at being consistent, because I was anything but. People used to I used to practice by making, when I did the subway announcements, the subway station stop announcements with each station, because I was operating the subway in the transit system. People came up to me and they would say, I really like the way you use a different accent for each station. And I can't hear that. But my subconscious is doing this, because I think a partner phoned me up once who noticed this, and he said, and he was laughing, and so were the people in his car. Yeah, you're killing us. I said, what do you mean? You're doing a different accent for each station. And I thought, wow, there must be something to that. So I made a more conscious effort to do more of what I was doing. And the end result was a lot of people were laughing, getting off my train. Sometimes they laughed so hard they were crying, because a divorce happened during that period. And all my divorce stress came out in the form of spontaneous humor. Every time I picked up the handset to make the PA announcement for the next station stop, something else would come out in the form of spontaneous humor. And that's what got people laughing. Sometimes me too, because I let it be a surprise. It took a year and a half to get all the stress out from that divorce. And it took a year and a half to break the habit after that, because when it's not spontaneous, when it's forced, it ain't funny. Not at all. So that's just a story. It's kind of a fun story. It was fun for the year and a half, but then it wasn't fun afterwards, because, some habits take a long time to go away when you don't realize that it's a bad habit is best replaced with something better. I didn't learn that until recently. So, yeah, so it's less about breaking a bad habit than it is finding a better habit to do instead. Because breaking the habit can be tough, but adopting a more beneficial habit that's in alignment with your desired outcome, that's something worth doing. And it's easier to do. Believe me, I've been doing it for almost on a subconscious level in the areas that I'm aware of that I've been working on consciously. There's still some programming work to do with the subconscious, though. Otherwise, I wouldn't be making this video here. I'd be making it from a more secure location. Yes, because there's a home I would like to have eventually, kind of buried halfway into a big hill, like part cave, part front house. There's just something that kind of appeals to me, and not ground level, like high up, because I don't like to be right at the ground level where anyone or thing can just walk right into the home. I like some effort to be expended in order to get up to where the door is, and then you can come in, because that way no one can take a run at it. And that's just silly thinking in many ways. But from a design perspective and from a viewing perspective, you get a better view from higher up. And there'll still be, to find a place, property like that, probably Ontario is pretty good for pieces of rock jutting out of the ground with the geography of the land. It'll just take time. The only thing that'll have to be present is super high speed internet. So it won't be too far from the city. I might have to manufacture it. The land, that is, the hill. It's possible. Will it happen soon? I have no idea. It could have been happening right now if I had followed my friend doing what he did 2-3 weeks ago. It would be a done deal already. At least the planning would have been engaged and the lawyers would be working things out. But no FOMO here, because I'm not. I would say I'm not quite prepared for that amount of incoming all at once. I don't think he was either. I don't think he was. I think he's rather surprised at what happened. But it's a good thing. There's hope for us little people after all. Hope is in crypto. Just saying, that's my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, not by any stretch of the imagination, but I have a genuine interest in going deeper with cryptocurrencies, and I shall be doing that. And I do need to pick up my Forex education too, because when the crypto is not happening, the Forex market always is. So there's always pips to be earned if you know what you're doing. And I know someone that does, and I know some, and he teaches it. So I will be joining him as well on that journey. And this was made on a whim. And as you can tell, it's started out to be a Fiverr introduction video so that I can do some voiceover work for anyone that likes the sound of my voice. And I can do some of those, in a world, those kind of voices. But I like to be me, especially when I'm enunciating. I take the time to, enunciate. I'm a little tired. I'm probably slurring some words because that happens when I'm tired and I don't hear it. But when I always watch everything I do, every recording I make, I watch. And I look for ways, because I want to know how it comes across, how the energy is, how the flows. Those lives that I've done recently, those I didn't watch because they were maybe just before going to bed, and that's not a good time to make something. Not while you're in the bed already. I didn't used to do that before. I used to make my lives here, and then we go to bed in the bedroom over there. So while I'm here, I'm sitting here, and the goal is to, once again, be comfortable in my own skin, doing this, going live. This is a recording though, okay? But I'm just saying, this is a goal to reach that place where I'm comfortable in my own skin, and I'm here for the engagement with whoever's watching and is willing to engage with me. So until they arrive, I'm my own best company and my own best friend, so I can just engage in conversation with myself. And I have no problem doing that. I go off on tangents, whether there's someone around or not. And that reminds me, there's a Facebook group I need to go visit. It's been away for a little while. Things have been happening. Probably. And it's not FOMO. I'm actually a moderator there. So, and I'm grateful to be in that group. So I need to pull my weight. You know what I mean? So I think I'll end this video. I'll post it though, because it's where I'm at. And I think I dropped a few nuggets that are worth something to somebody. I know they're worth something to me, because especially replacing a bad habit with one that's, or at least it's not necessarily a bad habit, But if it's not in alignment with your desired outcome, then it's not serving you. And you could most likely find a habit that is in alignment with your desired outcome that kind of takes the place of this other habit that isn't, and just replace one with the other. It's a more positive spin on to look at things, you know? And I like to be an optimist. I have a need to be positive. I have a, equally dark side that knows that the dark me is just as loved and accepted as the light side, because we balance each other out, and it lets me be in the positive all the time. So I'm very grateful for my dark side. It's very majestic and just as powerful in a dark way, but not in a malicious, mean way. So if you get my drift, it's a good dark side. If that makes any sense at all. It sort of does to me. It's the part of me that would do if push came to shove and there was no other option, then what needed to be done would be done to accomplish what the outcome was, whatever that was or is. But that's not going to happen. I know that, because that I put forward, I take that on faith. The old ways don't have to be repeated. But I don't know about these people on erasing history and changing history, because that just kind of puts you right in alignment for repeating it. And I'd thank you not to do that anymore, and take care and remember the past. And I'm grateful for that Wayback Playback machine on the internet. Yeah, because it doesn't matter what it was, doesn't matter how bad it was. If people forget about it, it'll happen again. That's guaranteed. If there aren't enough people, good people, standing up and speaking out instead of just staying in the comfort zone and doing nothing, that is. Because those are the most dangerous people of all, I've heard someone say. The people that don't want to get involved, that know that that's not right, but they don't want to get involved. It doesn't mean that you have to go out and protest, because that's not really the best way to, sometimes that's all you have left. And it's really tough. It's too bad that has to come to that they demand so much drama to give you some attention and to be heard, because that even in my life, it's been like that lately. But there are better ways, more effective ways. Leading with love and kindness is the ultimate secret weapon, in my opinion. And it's far more powerful than hatred, because when you lead with love and kindness and you inspire joy, that's perpetual. It fuels itself once you get it going. Once you start helping enough people every day without thought of return, you're kind of set for life if you keep that up. As far as fuel for living goes, it's the best fuel I've ever experienced. And the best feeling too. So I've gone off on tangents, and this is getting too long. And I'm going to have to make something else for Fiverr. This is just for you, whoever sees this. Because there's something else I need to say. I don't need to say it, but I will say it. It was made clear to me almost, was it 2 years ago now? Could have been 2 years ago. I was talking to a friend in Scotland. We were deep in conversation, fully engaged in conversation. And while we were doing that, I had a vision. It was just for me. And the vision was to let me know that how I interact with people enables the higher power to work through me for them. And what the higher power does for them, I wouldn't know. I just know that I'm like being a conduit so that they can be helped if they have asked for it or want it. And like I'll be aware that there's been some blessings, but I won't know any details. So privacy is preserved. And isn't that handy? And I did explain a few things, because I didn't understand why someone was willing to give me the shirt off their back when I was just a friend to them. I guess there were some things I did for them, or the creator did for them while we were chatting. And I sort of teach that way too. I visualize whoever I'm teaching. I visualize them acting with the knowledge I want them to have, the skill I want them to have, and with them having full understanding of it. And by the time I'm done, they have it, and it creeps up right at the end. Kind of neat. I call it transference of knowledge. I didn't always call it that, but that's how it's kind of like, part of stepping on our faith. Faith is the evidence of whatever it is we want to visualize and bring into our life and manifest. I mean, that's what it's for. That's why you can walk out on faith, because that's what you're supposed to use it for. And religions, I guess they use it for all kinds of things. It's a very useful thing, faith. And we're all born with it. We have all the faith we need. We just need to learn how to exercise it. And I've gone off on another tangent, but it's an important one. It's something a lot of people have woke up, were brutally awakened, in fact, without being asked. When COVID hit, they all got pulled into living in the moment. And that can be rough. The bandwidth is widest in the moment, in each moment. But the potential for maximum joy, maximal experiences, good or bad, is right here in the moment. That's where it exists. Not in your comfort zone. I've been used to being out of the comfort zone. Anytime I'm stretching in the comments to expand my vocabulary or pack even more into a sentence, which you don't want to do if you're writing a book. But if you want to impact someone from the comments and pack it up with raw emotions, it wouldn't be something that you could read easily, but it does connect with people very effectively. Those people are usually leaders in their various fields and organizations. The people that inspired me back in the day when I used to read their books, now I can say that I have at least gone past the acquaintance stage. So they're familiar. They're glad that I'm around, and they find value in what I bring to the hangout through my comments. So I'm very grateful for that. It's kind of very humbling to look at my friends list and say, these are the people I used to read years ago to be motivated to keep going. And now I can say that these are friends of mine. It's kind of it's really freaking cool. Okay, let's leave it at that. It's yet another reason to live within gratitude. So that attitude of gratitude is always, well, something to be grateful for, isn't it? And I'll leave you with that. I don't know if I'm done yet or not. Maybe there's something, I guess maybe the creator's done. It feels like I'm done now. So I'll say bye for now. This has been a rare event. I haven't recorded a video for over a year. So here you go. Enjoy. I hope you had fun. I doubt you cried, because I don't think I said anything worth crying about. Maybe you snickered. Maybe you laughed. I don't know if I said anything funny. Hopefully something resonated with you. Thank you for watching. Bye for now. No. Oh, don't hit that button. I don't want to leave that. Cancel that. I just want to stop recording. Oh, here we go.